All right, good morning, everybody. It is 1:15 a.m. Mountain Time, September 29th, Friday morning. As you can see, we're going to talk about the course that I did, technically speaking, at this point, yesterday on Thursday. I took a less lethal pepperball course. I took the Sabre 0.68 less lethal pepperball launcher course. Let me transition back. And I apologize for this video. This video is going to be very rough within the OBS streaming software due to the fact that I'm having to edit and add files and do things on the fly. It was just the way the files were laid out within OBS. My streaming software wasn't cooperating with me. But anyways, I digress. So I gotta remove the thingy-majig. Sorry, guys. Transition. Hello! Again, sorry about that. OBS is very weird. You're gonna have to pardon me, my right eye, this side on the film. Um, Wednesday, I discovered the pepper spray can, my pepper gel that I used to keep in my pocket. I've discovered it was leaking. So I've had a burning thigh the last couple of days. And at the same time, unbeknownst to me, I more or less because, I was going into the pocket, I got OC on my hands. So I've been more or less digesting OC because everything I've been touching food-wise has gotten gunk on it. So I've been digesting a little bit of pepper. And at the same time, I rubbed my eyes a couple nights back on shift, and ever since then, my one eye's just been kind of tingling. So if you see me like involuntarily shut, I kind of did sort of OC myself in the sense that I rubbed what the hell's it called, the capsaicinoids. I rubbed the capsaicin into my eyes, so I'm gonna be a little rough this video. Um, Before I begin, I want to uh, more or less apologize for being dormant kind of here and there these last couple of days, and honestly, the last couple of weeks. I can up it to weeks. Um, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's the 29th as we're filming this. This is Friday. Um, Sunday's going to be a very turbulent day for me. Um, for those who aren't aware, even though I think most of you are aware, pardon me, 6 years ago, I entered the security industry by way of surviving the Route 91 Las Vegas Harvest Festival, Country Festival shooting. Um, I survived. I survived Jason Aldean. I'll put it that way. I was there that night when that happened. I was in the middle. I was an attendee. I was in those festival grounds, and it's that night that made me do what I do now. So, um, Sunday, October 1st, in 2 days at this point. Um, it's going to be a day for me. I am planning on calling out of work. I'm supposed to be working Sunday on my secondary job, and I honestly just don't feel like working because that day always hits home for me. Anyways, without further ado, happy stuff. Yes, so I took the Sabre International 0.68 caliber pepperball less lethal OC projectile instructor course. It's a mouthful, I know. It's my brain right now. I'm just throwing shit out. But yeah, I took the 0.68 caliber instructor pepperball course. And unbeknownst to me when I took this is the fourth Sabre International Call it OC rifle, even though I'm sure I come back to bite me in the ass if this video ever comes up in court. I digress. Yes, this is I took the fourth ever Sabre International Pepperball Instructor course. And there are only 3 to 4 master instructors within the United States right now. All of these master instructors, the handful I just mentioned, they all had to go to the Sabre International Pepper Spray Manufacturer factory. They had to go to Missouri. They had to go to Sabre headquarters in Missouri. They had to go to the factory. to be credentialed as master instructors. And right now, the Utah Department of Corrections deputy warden that did my class today, he does everything from, he said, Texas to California. So you got Texas to California to the coast and everything up in between. So he does like Oregon, he does the entire western corridor of the US. And then there's one guy that does like central and one guy that does eastern. So not a lot of people in the way of Sabre. Obviously Sabre is a very new product. These launchers have been out officially for a year. They've been announced for a year, but they've only been on the market since about March. Uh, our instructor was telling us. So without further ado, as I'm talking, I'm going to have to go into the OBS software and add files and do some shenanigans. This video is going to be very rough, and I apologize for that. And this video is already 6 minutes. I do have some videos that I'm going to be playing and whatnot, so I'm just going to shut up and do what I got to do. So I will talk as I go to the streaming software and pull the files I need to pull. But yeah, so the .68 caliber OC projectile launcher, it's a .68 caliber. They have 8 different pepper projectiles, and technically speaking, they're not all pepper projectiles because they got one glass breaker, they got one inert for training, which is what we use today. You'll see the talc in the videos that I'm going to be playing for y'all. You'll see the talc. And so yeah, you got glass breaker, you got inert, and then you got impact, which are more or less your quote unquote beanbacks, your kinetic, hard kinetic rounds. So yeah, that's going to be those, and then the other 5 are a blend of pure major capsaicinoids, pure OC and PAVA. You got CS, you got OC and CS, and yeah, you got PAVA, you got training, you got 5% major capsaicinoids, you got 5%, you got a 5% OC projectile. You got an MCCS, OC major capsaicinoids with CS gas. Oh, and just the pure CS round. That's the one I was missing. So you got a projectile. You got a pepper ball that shoots nothing but CS. It's 3% CS of CS powder within a pepper projectile within a projectile ball. And then yeah, you got your glass breaker, you got your impact, you got the solid black kinetic hard rounds, and then you have the oh, that's the other one, the ID marker. So if I recall the coloring correctly, that sheet didn't look in the book, even though the book's right in front of me. The ID markers are black and yellow, or gray and yellow, according to the test that we all had to take. We had to take a written test. Yeah, the ID markers are, well, hence the name. They mark your subject. So yeah, they. Oh crap! I'm gonna have to edit this on the fly. Shoot, sorry. But yeah, so the ID markers are to, you hit a subject, say in a riot. God knows we've had enough of those in the last couple of years. It is 2023. Law enforcement officers are policing in the post George Floyd era, as I personally call it, and security operates in the post George Floyd era of security. We are, as those of us who have been in the industry for a good while know, COVID in of itself turned the security industry into a shit show and a half. And then we got Antifa, we got BLM, we got all that shit that came about during the pandemic, during the COVID hysteria these last 2-3 years, because we've been out of lockdown for about a year now. So yeah, without getting too political, we all know during COVID, all that stuff hit the nation in between Antifa, BLM, George Floyd, this and that. So we all know, the environment we operate in nowadays as professionals. It's a shit show and a half. So yeah, totally forgot I was going with this. I'm sorry. I'm half awake. I'm brain blanked. I haven't seen my apartment in like 2 days. Well, Not necessarily 2 days. I saw my apartment Thursday. Well, Wednesday night. Yeah, that's the thing. Wednesday night. I saw my apartment Wednesday, and then I came to work. And then Thursday, yesterday, I just decided to BS about near my workplace because the office building that I patrol is literally like 10 fucking minutes from the corrections headquarters, the Utah Department of Corrections admin building, the DOC headquarters. It was like not even a 10-minute drive from my office building, so I was like, shit. So I was just kind of sitting here with my thumb up my ass, killing time. But anyways, I apologize. This video is 10 minutes already. This is going to be a longer video. I'm sorry. I try to keep my videos between 15 to 20 minutes. I used to try and say, hey, I'm going to try to keep it to 10. I gave up on 10 minutes long ago. Nowadays, I try to keep them 15, 20. This may run longer than 20. Sorry. Just be forewarned. We're already 20 minutes in. I have thoroughly enjoyed today, and I could talk a lot on it, but I'm trying to get these files pulled up for y'all so I can actually show you, what we did. Okay, you know what? Let me just do this. But yeah, so without further ado, is janitorial coming down? Do I need to shut up? I do not know. I'm just gonna throw these files. I'm just gonna throw these photos at you guys on the fly. So again, OBS is being very rough this morning, and I apologize for that. But let's see if I can remember how to do this. I apologize. But yeah, so these launchers, they come in yellow and orange. There's the damn button I was looking for. Fit to screen. These launchers come in yellow and orange, along with the 8 different variants of projectiles. And boom. So this is the box it'll come in. I underestimated the size. I thought it was going to be this big honking like AR-15 style. I thought it was going to be this big honking AR-15 sized less lethal implement. No, it's actually pretty compact. So yeah, that's the box it'll come in. And then once again, I apologize. Just OBS is very rough with me today, so I'm just gonna throw these at you guys on the fly as I'm talking in the background. Let's fit that one to screen. So this is the yellow one, and I hope you guys can kind of get a grasp of the size of the implement itself. Throughout this video, I will refer to these as implements because they are less lethal implements. So these are not rifles. I consider these less lethal rifles or less lethal implements. But I don't like using rifles in a non/less lethal setting because, rifle is a scary word among the post-George Floyd era that we operate in nowadays. Rifle is a scary word. So these are less lethal implements, not less lethal rifles. As much as I would like to call them what they are, because it is a carbine, it is a rifle type device. This is a less lethal implement. And another image coming at you guys very shortly. I apologize. I'm having to go into my computer and basically throw these photos at y'all on the fly. So, yeah, again, very rough video. I do apologize for this. Let me rotate this counterclockwise, fit to screen. Ugh. All right, well, when I transition right now, it's just going to lay over the other one, and it's going to come out crooked. I think I can figure this out, actually. I'm sorry, once again, just OBS this morning. And it doesn't help, I'm like so brain dead now. Yeah, I'll just lay that one on top. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so that's the orange. And FYI, the air tank up front, the air tank kind of sits within the hand grip, within the vertical grip. Your scuba tank, your air tank, can be converted to sit at the bottom of the actual trigger grip, which would be the black part towards the stock. So yeah, your actual firing grip, the scuba tank, your air tank can be converted to go at the bottom of the trigger grip, and the tank will then sit below the stock, kind of paintball style. And I believe when I finally get to the videos, you guys will see the tank that in the stock configuration, because we did tear one of the rifles down, and we did that. We put the tank on the grip. So I do have a fourth image. I'm just trying to find it. Actually, no, that was my images. Okay. So the rest of this is more or less going to be playing videos back to back. I may break videos down, I may not. It just really depends right now on how I'm feeling after I'm done playing these videos. And again, I am going to have to edit this stuff on the fly. So again, just OBS is being very weird with me right now, and it's also probably operator error due to the fact that, again, I'm kind of half brain dead right now. Oh, dude. I'm kind of on my last legs this shift, so you'll have to pardon me. But yes, so I need to go media source, and then I need to do this. All right, so this one video, these two videos, I'm just going to play back to back. The first one is going to be a private security officer. I had a group of four fellow private security officers that actually drove clear the fuck down from New Mexico. They drove into class directly from out of state. They came from New Mexico right to class, and vice versa. They dipped out of class and right back to NM. So props to those guys. But yeah, this first video is like 15 seconds. It's gonna be one of the four private security officers. So, here we go.
Nice.
Next.
So yeah, that was a private security officer, and then this next one that I'm going to bring up in OBS real fast is going to be the Utah Department of Corrections CIRT, their CERT team, which is essentially the DOC, Utah State DOC SWAT team. So I did have a CERT operator. I did have a CERT SWAT operator within this class. And this guy went through the class to become the SWAT team's first instructor. So that was really cool to see somebody that actually has dealt with pepperball previously, because they're trying to decide between pepperball and now Sabre. So it was really cool to see this guy, at work, pull the trigger, because he's got experience on pepperball. So this was really cool for me to see a experience at play. So without further ado, here is SWAT. Maybe. There it is.
Safety's weird. Yeah. I pushed it down too, and I'm like.
And if these videos don't play because I'm looking at OBS right now and I don't think the audio is actually going, so if I'm being an idiot, making an idiot of myself, I'll make a follow-up video to this. So yeah, just a little disclaimer. All right, so these next ones are gonna be my longer videos. These are gonna be like 2 minutes each. I do apologize. This video, like I said, this video is a little long. I have a lot. I could go on about this class because I really thoroughly enjoyed this instructor class, but this is YouTube. Let's try to keep the attention span. So we'll do this. All right. So this next video is actually gonna be kind of funny, because this is more or less all of us being immature. So this next video was more or less us bleeding the air out of the less lethal implements, out of the launchers. So, it was just trigger pull, trigger pull, trigger pull. We were just emptying out the air tanks, just shoot, 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 shoot. This was essentially magnums, but the launchers were, they were sounding like dirt bikes. We were making fart jokes. We were being guys. So Just you know, stuff happens. But yeah, so if the audio does come through, if the audio is coming through and they're loud, I also do apologize on that one as well. But anyways, let me stop rambling and just give you the fun we had.
Say hello to my little friend! Oh God. Okay, dirt bike. That was awesome. Oh, safety. Sound like a dirt bike at the end.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, he's just shooting blanks. There it is.
Okay, put on safe.
Excuse you.
Once you do this, charge it.
All right, so in the first two guys, when the Asheville Department of Corrections officers were firing their launchers, I believe you guys did see some projectiles be sent downrange. I'm not sure if that video captured it or not, but the projectiles themselves, the pepper balls, do kind of have a little bit of a drop off. And it's very noticeable at 55 feet because part of our qualification that we had to do in order to, you know, become competent credentialed instructors, there was a range test. This was the range more or less. At like 55 feet, was it? It was either 55 feet or 55 yards. I'm pretty sure it was feet. Yeah, it was feet. At 55 feet, it's pretty much like right on the limit of the launchers as far as if you're going to be aiming them center mass at a suspect, subject, human, whatever term you want to use. 60 is going to be the kind of the hard limit. So we were firing these targets. We were firing the furthest back we were from these targets were like 55 feet. So at 55 feet, you know, damn near right on the line of the limit, right damn near 60. They do have a noticeable ballistic drop. That's when kind of the trajectory starts to plateau. But the last video I'm going to play for you guys, I'm going to kind of end the video. This is going to be teardown of the implement itself. So this is us taking apart the launcher due to the fact that our instructor, the deputy warden that put on the deputy warden semester instructor, he has his implement. But these two, yellow and orange, we got one in each color. These were demonstrator units, so he had to more or less put them back in the box. And these demonstrator units are for the class. At the end of the class, they go back to Sabre. So this is more or less us kind of doing the deputy warden a favor, not necessarily doing the deputy warden a favor because this is part of the class, you know, assembly and then tear down. So we more or less were kind of doing him a solid and tearing them down, throwing them back in the box. A, to demonstrate we know what the hell we're doing, and B, because yes, they do have to go back to the manufacturer. So this is us tearing them down, assembling them back in the box for shipment back to Missouri. So without further ado, this will be the last video, and then I'll do closing remarks, and then we will be outies. This one's going to be probably, it's going to be vertical, but in reality the video is horizontal, so you may have to rotate. If you're on a mobile device, rotate, sorry. I can't really do anything about it. Transition. Oh, sweet, it did.
And then, yeah, the hopper can come off. Let's just make sure that nothing's in that hopper.
So you have air tank comes out of the grip first.
No hopper period.
Make sure your hopper's empty. The hopper, the ammo is more or less on a QD.
Good call.
Yep, make sure your air tank is bled out. Make sure the air tank is open. and then you're going to take the O-ring out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then yeah.
Was that the one that
Somewhere over yonder, yeah. I think that one was separated because remember the orange one went bad.
And then yep, tank goes back in.
Did they at least get the hopper clear or whatever? Did they clear it?
The box themselves are 2-tier units, and if I recall correct, because my camera's
Oh,
not
yeah,
actually
the
on the
stock.
implement itself at the moment, this was us trying to figure out to take the stock out. And
hang on.
it just it got to be a mess a little bit.
Well,
Yeah, see that
not
pin.
necessarily. All we gotta do is put it back on.
Because you'll see we pull the, yep, there's the end cap. The end cap assembly
Oh, I think
has
that
its
had a
own
foam
pin, so
part.
we're
Yeah, I
just trying
think
to
that had
figure
a
things out.
foam. And then that little stocking cap doohickey. Because that had its own integrated pin. This goes.
Again, these things are very compact.
You gotta collapse
I
it, yeah.
underestimated their size walking into class. It's a lot smaller for what I thought it was. Yep, so you gotta take the barrel out. Take the barrel out of the actual like onshore assembly.
Yeah.
And then once the barrel's off, then you can take
Oh, did you guys Allen it in? I forgot
the
about
grip
that.
out, because more or less the grip has that
Yeah,
integrated
work in
hole.
progress.
So that barrel blocker goes back into. The barrel goes on here.
The second tier.
Yep. Gotcha. So that goes right there.
And then this.
Right there.
And then assembly. Yeah.
So you have the actual CO2.
Oh, I see. It had
Part
some.
mechanism goes
Um,
there. That yellow piece
oh,
was the
that's
clear
the-
barrel indicator, more or less an end cap.
Yeah, blocker
That
speed.
yellow piece goes into the barrel. That's why those two are next to each
blocker?
other. The yellow
Oh, the
part goes
limiter
into the
deal?
orange barrel.
Oh, yeah.
And that's more or less to
Oops.
A, protect the barrel, and B, to
little limiter.
prevent
Okay.
A
Sweet.
and B.
And
Because I don't believe in accidental discharges.
yep,
If they
the
do
manual
accidental discharge,
and the manual.
horseshit, that's an excuse.
And that's a gun.
Because all discharges are preventable unless you have a 6 hour.
get one of these.
And the box. And back to Missouri they go. That was our instructor. So yes, Sabre International, .68 instructor course. I thoroughly enjoyed this class, in case you guys couldn't tell already. I got a lot out of it. This was probably my favorite instructor course I've ever taken. I've taken ASP AIC. I am a credential, baton, handcuffing, and tactical. I call it defensive flashlight. I don't like using the word tactical in court. So yes, I'm a ASP AIC, baton, handcuffing, and defensive flashlight instructor. I'm an Axon law enforcement credential taser instructor. I can credential you and all of the taser professional series of tasers. Remember, for those of you who have been around me within this channel, I've covered it in previous videos, but Axon is a law enforcement arm of Taser, and Taser is the civilian brand, or the civilian arm. Taser, no pun intended. Taser is the civilian brand. Axon is the LE brand, the LE arm of Taser. So I am an Axon instructor. I can credential you in all the law enforcement models, with the exception of the newly released Taser 10, because that has its own separate instructor stuff. That's got its own shenanigans. And then, ironically enough, not necessarily ironically, I picked this pepper ball instructor for a reason. In August, I renewed my Sabre International AIP, my aerosol irritant projector pepper spray can. I renewed my pepper spray can credential due to the fact that it expired 2 years ago, and I just said to hell that I didn't renew it. So more or less, I was lapsed. I was fully aware. Don't train anybody. Don't do anything. Would have been on my own had anything happened. I was more or less an expired instructor. So last month in August, I got credentialed again. I went through Joe Doman, Deputy Warden. I went through Joe's AIP course, and so Joe re-credentialed me back for OC cans. And then here we are now, 4th class ever in the United States, 4th class ever for Sabre International, and now I'm a pepperball instructor. So anyways, guys, this video's gone on long enough. I apologize, half hour. Fucking so long. I don't mean to make these videos long, but I digress. So yeah, My career professional security journal. Y'all stay safe. Take it easy out there. Take pride in what you do. And feel free to throw me any questions in the comments. I know I didn't kind of touch on too much about the rifles themselves. This is more or less show and tell. Here's what I did today. Look at me. I'm so cool. Not really. But, you know, this was a good class. I just wanted to kind of go make a video and be like, look what I did today. I had fun. But yeah, if you guys have any questions on Sabre International in general, pepper spray cans, or you know, these new less lethal implements, these new less lethal launchers, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I will get to them as soon as possible. And if you are interested in these products, also drop a comment, drop me a line. I do have the price list. Deputy Warden there gave me the price list of the implements along with any accessories, and I do have the hard law enforcement catalog. So if you want like the 30, 40 pages of law enforcement Sabre products, also drop me a line. I do have that in PDF as well, but I got the hard copy next to me as well. But I have the PDF version. I can send that to you, and as well as the price list for these new launchers. So if you're at all interested in these or have questions, again, comments, drop me a line. Other than that, guys, this video's gone on long enough. I'm rambling at this point. Let me shut up. Y'all take it easy. Stay safe. I already did my outro, so take it easy.